right, y'all. Welcome to the Trap Advisor. Thank you for trapping in. It's your boy Pancho Gasman. Today, I have a cosmic guest. Come on, man. Go ahead and introduce the people, man.
How you doing? My name is Cosmic Energy. That is Cosmic Energy on all platforms. That's COSMICENERGY.333. I'm from New York. I've been living in Vegas for like 5-6 years. And since I've came here, I've found myself.
Yeah, Vegas is a beautiful city to find yourself. You either make it or you just get sunk in. You know, I don't know. You get so swallowed up in the dust storm, man. I don't know. Some people really can't survive out here, but when you do, it really pays in dividends. So today, man, I'm really excited to have you up on here, man, because I really get to take a dive into that esoteric, that spiritual, you know, and just that energy talk, the high frequency, man. So
Yeah.
man, where can we start?
Where can we start?
Well, first let's talk about what you got, the cosmic energy. Like, where did that come from?
Where did that come from? All right, so maybe like a year or maybe I want to say like 2 years ago, I had gotten really, really sick. Well, I don't call it sick. I was healing at one point, and I was running a fever for like, I want to say like 2 strongs, like a hot 7 to 14 days, on and off. And then the last couple of days, it was just crazy. Like I thought I was gonna be out of here. So anyway, I'm in my head, because I'm laying on the bed. I can't do nothing. I haven't eaten in a few days. It was actually at the end of one of my fasts. Make a long story short, I decided that I wanted to live. And when I came out of my healing, I was just at a whole different place where I just knew that these names wasn't ours. And I basically just gave everybody in my home a name. Like I named my lady Galaxy. I'm Cosmic. My son's name was Star, and so on and so forth. Because that's just where I was when I came out. Like I was getting all types of downloads, and I just felt different. Like even though I was the skinniest that I ever was, I felt stronger than I ever had. So that's where cosmic energy came from. It came from the cosmos because I'm the embodiment of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's where the vibe is.
I feel the same way, you know, being the embodiment of this cosmic energy, man. It's a wonderful, you know, everything is made of energy. This frequencies, you know, it's what you put out is what you get.
Yeah. And that is a fact though, in every single way. Like, for instance, you get up in the rising. If you stump your toe, depending on how you act toward it is going to decide how your next 10 minutes is going to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you like, shit, you know, it's going to be another bump. It's like, man, then it's just going to be downhill from there. But if you hit it, you're like, all right, that woke me up, and keep it moving. That's a different energy. You chose a different path. So that energy you put out, you're going to get that back tenfold.
Yeah, you can't multiply that, you know, that come, you know, like it's a power in like controlling your emotions, because stumping your toe, like when you hit that little toe, oh man, oh you saying all type of crazy stuff, like man, that is a pain of no other, man, you know. But yeah, you know, you just got to control your emotions out here, man. You know, just always be in control. It's hard. But that's a superpower, man. When you can control your emotions, man. Because a lot of people out here just, you know, any old thing get you going. You know, it's just like, man, breathe, relax. Smoke a little bit of Buddha from time to time. It ain't gotta be every day, but you know, you might find that, you know, you smoke something, you might see shit from a different little perspective for a little second.
Yeah, I agree.
So I like that, man. Cosmic energy, man. So what do you because you're on the TikTok, right?
Yeah, I'm doing TikTok currently. Well, yes, on TikTok. I'm on all platforms now, but my main platform is TikTok.
Okay.
And the reason is you can get information out quick. And that's been like a good thing with a bad thing at the same time because they know that. So you got to be creative in the way that you put your information out. And I don't want to hoard information. So my way of putting information out currently is showing people this thing that you've been looking at your entire life but never knew what it was. The sky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we look at dirt, we're able to go touch that. We look at the leaves, we're able to go touch those. Trees, we can hug those. But we look up at the sky and we don't really know what it is. We go off of what other people tell us. Like we look up at the clouds, we look at it as evaporation and things like that because that's what we were taught. We don't know that for sure. So what I do is I take photos and I enhance them, and it's to show you what it is up there. You know what I'm saying? And what I found out is, even though I'm not religious, but there are books that were taken out of the good book of the Bible that speak about what I actually see. Book of Enoch speaks about it.
Yeah. Talk to him, man. The Book of Enoch. That's like kind of low key, like a forbidden type of, like it's not really like.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't given to us like the rest of the Bible. And what it speaks about is how the sun and the moon and the stars and clouds rotate.
The giants too. Don't they talk about the giants up in there?
There's a book called The Giants. There's a couple of books that you never heard of that were in the Bible at one point, like Jubilee. And they talk about this thing that I'm looking at. They talk about the machinery and the tracks and the things like that. But they teach us that the clouds in the sky move because of the winds. And I know we've all seen days where there's high winds and the clouds aren't moving. And we've all seen days where there's no wind and the clouds are moving.
Moving and grooving, man.
They moving and grooving.
Yeah.
There has to be an explanation for that.
Yeah. I mean, that always struck me kind of odd too, because they like, okay, the Earth spin at like 1,000 miles per hour, right?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up.
Like minimum, like damn, that's fast.
I think it's the minimum 1,000.
Yeah,
and it's at a tilt, and then it's rotating, and then it's doing this and it's doing that.
Yeah,
the sun is outside, and all of that good stuff. But yeah, that's not what's happening.
We just here, we having a podcast right now. Earth spinning 1,000 miles per hour. Like, bro, you wouldn't even know it.
Yo, just imagine though.
What you feel about people saying that it's a dome over, like it's a shield?
I think that's all perspective. I think that's all perspective as well, because it's like a dome could be, it could be covering us with just a layer of atmosphere that we can't penetrate, or it could be some glass, it could be some ice, it could be whatever. But I feel like this dome is like a piece of atmosphere that we can't go further than.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the water, they talked about that lake that was found under the ocean, like another body of water that they couldn't penetrate. I think it's the same thing. The ether. Mm-hmm. That's what they call it. The fifth element. The ether. It's very dense.
It's layers to it.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like the flat earth shit is kind of crazy, but then at the same time, it has some truth to it. I feel like based on the layer of it. Like where we like
rising. You talking about how it looks when you got the earth touching the sky and the horizon? What do you mean?
No, I mean as far as like look and like how they talking about like look with Antarctica, right? Mm-hmm. They saying that's the wall.
Yeah,
and it's just like to us they make it seem like it's just like
it's like another piece of land.
Yeah, like just that ice thing, but really. They don't want no because it's restricted. You can't go there, unless you have to actually get permission.
Yeah.
And then even if you get permission, you're gonna be
supervised.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word. Supervised,
Yeah.
So you can't really go off, the beaten path,
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of crazy. When you talk about that wall, like, okay, it's something there that hit
250 feet high.
Yeah, and they show it a lot in a lot of the movies and shit.
Yeah,
which is like they show. I feel I'm the type of person that believe like when you showing it in the movies, is some truth to it, but it's not. But you also got to be careful because it's also trying to show a certain reality.
Yeah. No, I get that. Like this book that I've read called the Greatest Lie Ever Told. It's about flat Earth theory. And like prior to that, I had always wondered about it. But then when I read this book, that's actually what got me to be like more of a knower. Only because it has like over 200 experiments, laser experiments, distances and fall off per mile, curvature per mile and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And in every single experiment, it proved that it don't matter how far you go, there's no curvature. You understand? So like, and then I started to ask, because I used to take a lot of flights when I first moved out here. I used to go back and forth. I've asked several pilots. Actually, my children's mom, her father's a pilot. Well, former pilot. And even though he was like really funny and esoteric about he was like really weird about the answer, it made me know that what I was saying was true. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really at disagreement because, okay, I'm not religious once again, but the good book also talks about it. You know what I'm saying? It talks about there being a firmament and the earth being still. I'm not going to sit here and believe all of these other numbers because they also tell us that the sun is like outside of wherever, but that shit is right here. We can feel it right here. You feel me? Like the moon is right down here too. It's not something that I feel it is in another dimension or like outside of this atmosphere.
Nah, that one we spoke about that one. Yeah. That one hit me because I was like, man, that make a lot of sense though. Like that shit ain't outside the firmament. Right that shit is right here.
We can feel it on our skin, bro. Yeah. Like when we're standing next to an oven or a fire, we know how far we are away from that fire, right? We know, like when you standing next to a bonfire or something, we can feel the heat from that.
But what about though? The pictures that when they show like sun being in that deep space or, and the flares come, solar flares and stuff like these supposed to be the satellite images.
So you mean to tell me 93 million miles away, we're able to get an up close image? To my light year, it seemed like away. We can get a close image like that.
Well, they've been having them satellites up in the air for a minute. They're traveling, whatever they got, going for a long time.
Yeah, but they can say anything, like the moon landing. That's like, you still believe, like, do people still believe that happened? When you got the motherfuckers that they said did it, saying that it didn't? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, who is that? Talk to him, man. Let the audience know who said all that.
All right. The people who supposedly went, what are these guys' names? What are these guys' names that went back in the early 90s? Whoever their names are, all of them are not saying they went to the moon.
Oh, yeah, the astronauts? Buzz Aldrin.
Yes, Aldrin, yes. All these
Neil Armstrong?
Yes. Buzz has said it multiple times. Like, we never went. I'm sorry. Like,
the craziest stuff that I seen that I was like, you know what? I don't think this went down kind of because of the fact that they had Stanley Lee Cooper, I think his name.
From Behold the Pale Horse.
Yeah, no, the director.
Oh, because it was a dude named
director. Stanley. The dude that made Eyes Wide Shut. I think I'm saying it right, but I think I'm wrong. But he made Eyes Wide Shut. That's what I know. Yeah. And they got images too with him like walking with the NASA like top, whatever people like they so bold with it, like they like, oh, let me snap this picture real quick and y'all walking down organized, and I'm like, dang, Stanley Kubrick. I said Stanley Cooper, man. Hey, look, man, it's the Buddha.
Yeah, because Stanley William Cooper was the dude from Behold the Pale Horse.
He was on the book. Yeah,
I was like, Stanley Cooper. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that shit it blew me away because I was like, dang, they orchestrated that for sure. Plus, I did a little bit more research that had me kind of like, the space shuttle top speed it reaches is like, at that time, it's 18,000 miles per hour, right? And some change. The type of force you would need to leave the gravity field, the type of speed you got to do to leave the gravity field of the Earth, I think it's like 25,000 miles per hour. That's what you got to do to get out the field.
And the 18 was the top at the time.
So it don't come. I'm like, sense. I don't understand. Like, if it didn't hit the top speed to get out the field, how did it even, go? And then the second biggest thing is the Van Allen belt. The radiation field that they themselves said on videos multiple times that we cannot get through the Van Allen belt.
That is the firmament.
But what they tried to say is that it's certain part, not all parts of the Van Allen belt are like fully like as radiated as others.
Yeah.
So they pick their time to go through and stuff. But it's like, come on, man.
And then
y'all saying one thing and it be a other.
Listen, my hardest belief was the fact that you lost the technology or you don't have it no more. That's my biggest thing. Like, you can't do it no more.
No, they don't want to give it to it because they for sure got it.
Why they never been back though?
But because they keeping, that's how you control society. Because if you got the top technology, you got all this stuff, and then you release it on slow mo.
Yeah,
you can control a lot of stuff.
But do you sing Katy Perry?
Yeah, that was fake.
This is what I'm saying.
That was some bull.
Why are we faking something that we can actively do? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at.
I didn't go too much, but I knew when I watched it, I was like, this is some weird stuff. This ain't even real, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But the moon, but look, I'll say this. I don't think that we went that those astronauts went there, but we've been going to the moon because with the technology that they don't show us, they got stuff that they probably recovered from, alien spaceships that they did. What they call it, reverse engineering. Yeah. And then they do their own little twist on it because they never really, but that even that little piece, what I'm saying, like they getting a lot, and then I also believe it's like MIB type shit. Like it's a police force for aliens that like they like you can't do all that. You can't just come to Earth and do that. So we got like a black like force that's like they out here like
in
they might
those trenches.
Yeah, they might be on some bullshit, but more so they're probably on some protecting because like it's some aliens that come through here just like, bro, we can't fight them with what the guns we got. Yeah. We better have some shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they got homie aliens that they got fat, deals with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They got some shit.
I feel that. But what I feel about the lights, the sun and the moon, I feel like those could possibly be luminaries. Like, what if you can't?
Oh, what's luminaries? Oh, break it down.
Like, a luminary is light, just like light, and sun is the positive and the moon is the negative. I feel like they are luminaries. I don't feel like you can necessarily land on them.
1 and 0.
Because we done seen like man and woman, 1 and 0. We done seen in videos things go through the moon, and people are wondering why things could go through the moon. So how I feel, like me looking at the sky and like going through these photos, I be feeling like the moon is the same material as the clouds. You know what I'm saying? It's that the moon has light, but the material is still the same. It could be penetrated. It can't really be landed on. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they could possibly hide something behind the moon. However, I don't feel like it's something that you can land on. Because like I said, these photos, like when I remove certain settings or like shift things around, it acts like a cloud, like a dense cloud. You know what I mean? So like it just made me think of it a little differently. Like what if you can't land on it? What if it's like one of those things that you go through and you don't know it until you get close to it?
No, yeah, I mean, you really got to experience. Anything that we seeing can be, something that is like a video that just been generated. But I done seen some. I mean, there's some crazy stuff. I like the one with the moon where we as a Earth, we shot at the moon like something twice, if I'm not mistaken.
And what happened to it?
When it shot at the moon, they found that the moon was vibrating, bro, for 20
wiggling, right?
It was for 20 minutes.
Because, bro, it's like a projection. That shit is like a.
Well, they said that's because. Well, who's the other dude?
That's how I feel.
It's this one Arthur, man. I can't, man. He been getting into this stuff deep, but he broke that down and said it's just it's an ancient spaceship. Yeah, and it's because of how it's just perfectly positioned to the sun. It ain't no like what's the mathematical calculations of this thing just. Oh, all of a sudden it could just be perfectly aligned with the sun. Like
they say because it's a battery source that runs the sky. You feel me? Like I said, the sun is a positive energy. The moon is a negative energy. And that's why the stars and everything move like a clock. Like if you watch the sun throughout the day and you watch the moon throughout the day and the stars, this is why you're able to see the same constellations over and over and over again. Because they're on a time system as well. Feel me? By a certain time of the day, you know the sun is supposed to be at a certain point, right? Because it's on a time. It's the actual clock. That's why people used to use sundials, because the sun used to be the clock.
Yeah.
It can tell you what time of day it's supposed to be. So anyway, it works in cohesion with the moon. You feel me? Like they generate each other. They kind of like need each other in order to keep the sky moving. This is just theory.
But hold on. But what if you live in Alaska though?
In Alaska, you're at a point where I feel like they converge. Like I said, the sky is I didn't get into this. The sky is a tracking system. This is what the Book of Enoch spoke about. It's a tracking system. Like it has tracks, like vectors and tracks. Think of a vector as like, think of Mystique's skin on X-Men, right? Mystique's skin. You see how it raises up and it's like triangles and it turns to whatever she wants it to be?
Yeah.
That's what the sky is, but digital. You feel me? So there's like a tracking system across the sky, and this is what the sun moves on. This is what the clouds move on. The clouds give the illusion of movement. Every piece of Mystique's skin is moving a cloud across it.
Vectorized.
Feel me? Like a vector is extruding like cloud material. So instead of one cloud moving, every vector is extruding a cloud and receding a cloud to make it look like it's moving across. So that's what's going on up there. I forgot why we just got into that, but I wanted to let you know it's a tracking system. This is why the sun, you can follow the sun across the sky because it changes tracks. You feel me? Like the way the clouds move, they change tracks, you know, and it's something they were speaking about since 1866. Like 1866, they had a photo of a dude reaching through the veil of the world, and behind it was gears, vectors, and tracks. Like gears, like a clock kind of. Feel me? And vectors and tracks with the sun moving across it, because they have us under the illusion that it's sky, whatever, but it's like a machine. You feel me? And that's just like, that's the path that I chose. I didn't want to like, oh yeah, I can tell you you're God all day. You feel me? I can tell you that you're all powerful. You don't have to like, but what I can show you is something that you can go look for yourself. You feel me? Like you can go take certain pictures, tell you what settings to move, and you'll see that there is something behind what we can see. You're never supposed to see angles in the sky. No L's. Feel me? You're not supposed to see no diamonds, because that's not how clouds form. Like if we take a hit of this doobie, blow a smoke cloud out, you're not gonna see no L's. You're gonna see swirls. You might see a heart. But up there, you can see clear L's, clear triangles, things like that. That's how you know it's like machinery.
Well, let's talk about what type of settings that you got on when you do that. Well, how you seeing all of this?
All right, so I clarify. I make the photo, the image clear. I clarify it maybe like twice, and then I mess with the shadow. I can either, just depending on what the photo is, I either move the shadow this way or that way. And then after the shadow, I fuck with the saturation a little bit. You feel me? Because it makes it so you can see, like, bro, I didn't see the digital sky. It's like a computer chip behind the clouds, bro.
It's wild. I don't know if look, I'm just saying out here.
It gets real crazy, but this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, and when you mess with like homie could tell you, like when you mess with the pictures, you can see certain stuff that you won't see with your eye, like naturally. So I be looking at the shit, bro, and that shit is like a TV screen. It's like a TV screen up there, bro. It's not giving me natural, because I done had photos taken against like trees and houses, and one will be pixelated and one won't. Like, or even, that's not even a good example, but I be seeing it, bro. Like it'll be like the tree will be in the photo and you can see, bro, it's like a screen. It's like if I try to take a video of the TV. It's not nothing natural. It's not nothing like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, look, I done seen it with my own eyes, you know, like it's a net.
Yeah. Weird.
You know,
yeah.
It's kind of, you know, and it's alive.
Exactly. And it's constantly moving, bro.
Yeah.
Even when it's all blue,
yeah,
it's still moving, but we can't see it because of the illusion of blue. The blue be the same as the white. We only just pay attention to the white being the cloud, but the blue be just as much of a cloud as the white be the cloud.
It's trippy, man. It's trippy. And we all see differently out here, all different
Perspectives.
light spectrum. You know,
Yeah.
light spectrum in itself is so wild because you only seeing
A certain amount.
Yeah, 99% of the light spectrum out here we can't even see. Well, we only seeing less than 1%.
Because of
And
that
that's
fluoride.
wild.
That was the fluoride. That was the whole purpose of it. Like putting it in a toothpaste and stuff so we could see less of the light spectrum. You can hide something in plain sight. Feel me? Like in plain sight.
And it calcify that third eye, that pineal gland, man. Get off that fluoride.
You gotta get off it. You dream more.
Yeah. First and foremost, before anything, man, check your toothpaste, man. I be out there like, oh, it's non-fluoride. Okay,
like we gotta control the things we can control. That's all. Like, and I be and stuff like toothpaste. I control that.
Yeah, it does wonders, man. You can only control your 360 degrees, you know, and the rest, the creators is gonna take care of that part. That's not your problem.
Yeah,
your problem is the 360 degrees. You could reach out, you know, and do something and touch somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know, don't overwhelm yourself out here. It's a million gazillion things going on out here, but you know what? When you tap into yourself, man, that might
you won't be worried about it.
Yeah, you know,
you become interested. You become like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, you really learn, you know, who you are instead of opposed to, you know, what the world is trying to tell you who you are, or you know, you following somebody else's steps, not knowing, you know, who you are. So yeah, man. So man, let's keep this shit rolling, man. So I'm love this spiritual talk, man. What's your feelings on the afterlife, man? What's these people out here, man, getting stressed out about it?
See. All right, so afterlife. It's like a couple ways I could go with this. I do feel you got the choice to come back here.
Reincarnation.
Try to do this again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I'm not, because I know that I got the choice. A lot of people think you don't got a choice. You just go and there's this or that. It's not really like that. I don't feel like that. I feel like we all been here a couple times. This is why we get old souls. Feel me? Got kids. You like, oh, you don't
think like somebody told me like it's some new like firstborns. Like fresh born soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they ain't even been around no rodeo. You know what I'm saying? You can that's why I feel like when you see some really weird stuff happen, and you be like, man, I don't think that soul like been around humans a lot. This might be their first time. So like that's why they doing some really off key stuff right now, you know. But then the old soul is like they here to guide humans to live like in a humane way, you know what I'm saying? But like some people, I think that it just gets really weird out here when I think that's the souls that's like they don't know what it's really like to really be humans. Like they kind of new to the game, you know what I'm saying? And you don't even need a lot of souls to flip the switch, you know, as far as like them old souls, like activate about 10,000 souls, you know what I'm saying, just being in the area, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I feel like our purpose is. The ones that are enlightened. We're supposed to be activating the ones around us.
Yeah, what they call that?
Light seed. What you say? What is it called?
Light worker. Work, and I like that one. Like you know what I'm saying. You out here in the battlefield, like them spirits that came into the chaos just to pull some spirits up out of this mess. Hey man, get back right, man.
Man. Get your ass up.
Yeah. You got way more potential, way more power, way more gifts than that. You just gotta unlock them. That's what's so dope about the human body experience, where like, when you really start locking into yourself and finding out your own powers, and realizing you're not like everybody out here at all, but
you are connect. This is what I realized. I'm not like everyone, but I am everyone.
No, yeah, because we connect.
Everything is like
it's all source.
It's all the same shit.
Yeah, we all come from the same source. No matter what. Like it's just
And it's ancient. Like that shit inside of us. This is what we fail to realize. Our souls are ancient energy. You feel me? It's an ancient energy that we all possess. It's like It's magic. Feel me? Like this shit is
Man.
ancient. Like I know this shit is ancient because it powers a whole body.
Talk to them, ancestors.
You feel me? Like if you lying, I done seen it. You lying on your bed. There's a choice you can make. Like you make a choice. Like if you give up on yourself and on life, your heart stops just because of that. If you don't give up, I done see motherfuckers supposed to been gone. Like, dang, grandma, you 95. Like, and they still pushing through.
Oh man, my grandma 99, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like, oh man.
And then you got motherfuckers that be like, I can't do it no more, and they don't do it no more.
No,
you feel what I'm saying?
That's it. You called it.
You got
you called
energy,
it.
Powerful. But that's peace, man. I really appreciate. I have much gratitude for you having me on the cast, bro.
Oh yeah,
this is dope,
man. It was dope, man. We gonna have another one, man. Yeah. It's just a little, a little teaser for y'all, man. Yeah. We bring all walks of life, all spirits around this mug, man. Yeah. Everybody trapping, man. But hey, where can the good people, man, reach you at? Where find you at?
Listen,
leave the info.
Listen, y'all can find me at cosmicenergy.333. That's TikTok on. And then from TikTok, you can find me on every other platform. Because on Instagram, it's cosmic_energy3333. And then I got Cos in on Facebook, Cosmic Energy on Snapchat. It's going to be everywhere, the same thing. You're going to see a logo of Static Shock, the animated version of Static Shock. And I think my Instagram has a picture of me and my mama love, rest in peace. And they're all integrated, so you can find me on anyone from anyone.
For sure, man. I really appreciate you coming through, bro. It's been a blessing, an honor, man. I'm grateful to have your spirit here, man. My brother.
Peace and love. You already know.
Yeah, make sure y'all trap in, man. This has been another episode of the Trap Advisor. It's your favorite neighborhood trapper, Pancho Gasman. Y'all have a good one. Peace.